Judge Cedric Simpson, and I am about to provide to you valuable information regarding this current and other landlord-tenant. This is the landlord-tenant or summary proceedings docket. You are here to reach out. The landlord has made allegations of claims since he's evicted because you have not paid your rent because they seek termination of the tenancy for these violations. After today, you will come back for an additional hearing or trial of the case. In these proceedings, you have the right to have your case heard in proper venue. 14A District Court is located in Pittsfield Township, Washington County State of Michigan. 14A District Court also holds jurisdiction over in essence, anything in Washington County outside of the city of Ann Arbor and its own township is covered in this court. You also have the right to demand a trial by jury. If you want a trial by jury, you must demand it orally or in writing 5 days after. Jury fee must be paid when the demand is made or 5 days after the person is advised. You have the right to rental assistance. 5 days of the person receiving these advice and grants and information. You must provide written or an application for assistance as the process.
Yeah.
Housing assistance and rental assistance may be obtained.
You're still that's all right.
Services, they can be reached at their phone number of 1-877 bridges.
So,
Assistance may also be obtained by contacting Housing Access for Washington County. Can be reached at their phone number 4-961-1999. Additional assistance is also available to Washington County Veteran Services. Their phone number is area code 4-962-45. Also, you may obtain housing assistance and other resources. Coordinated entry resources. Their phone number is 745-648. You do not need a judgment. Some are sufficient. You have a right to reach an agreement outside Michigan and local resolution programs are approximately resources. Washington County Dispute Resolution Center can be reached at their phone number of area code 734-794-2125.
Mute.
Yes. Why can't I hear?
Ms. Stoneberger, can you hear me now?
I can, yes, sir. How are you?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Thank you.
All right.
This is a termination case for a couple of different reasons. Number one, damage caused by the tenant to the landlord's properties. Flood, in particular, causing ceiling to collapse due to basically appears to be a drunken, non-authorized person in the unit leaving a shower on for 45 minutes to an hour till the unit flooded down into the lower unit, ruining the ceiling and so on. That would be step one. Step two is the tenant has at least two unauthorized occupants in the unit with her. The lease is for one person. She's got two or three in there. We're asking to have the lease terminated. We've gone around with her. She's not cooperating. Have the lease terminated. We're not asking for money judgment. She's asking for judgment of possession.
Ma'am, your position on this?
Yes, sir. I was advised by, for Devon H on legal services. I'm going through legal services and everything because of the time change. She was asking me, because of the heat situation that we have with my landlord, I've kept a lot of documentations. I haven't had heat basically since November. He advised me to go buy a space heater, which heat is in my lease. And then he also stopped the Wi-Fi over 3 months ago also, Your Honor. And he also stopped the water on me about a month and a half ago, Your Honor. So I'm asking if by any chance we can get a trial date so we can do with all the evidence too, Your Honor.
Oh, yeah, looks like we'll do that. One second.
Thank you.
All right. Ma'am, you need to file a written answer with the court. You need to file that by, I don't need much time on it, by April 4th.
Okay.
You need to send a copy to plaintiff's attorney
Yes,
on
sir.
that.
Yes, sir.
And then I will set a non-jury trial in this matter for April 8th,
Okay, sir.
2025 at 9 a.m.
I did for escrow last time.
Yep. Thank you, sir.
I asked for escrow if you were.
That's at 9 a.m. Ma'am, how much
Yes.
is your monthly rent?
My monthly rent is $1,100.
All right. I reserved escrow from the last hearing. I can't order it at that point. Here's what I'm going to do. You need to deposit $1,100 escrow beginning April 1st.
Yes, sir. That's when rent is due. Am I correct?
Yes, rent is due on the 1st. You need to
Yep.
deposit that with the court.
With the court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Thank you. We'll see you April 8th, 9 a.m.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. You got one more? No, Vicky Caro and Rodney Caro. Okay, ma'am, come on up to the podium. What's your name? All right. This is also a termination.
Termination of an oral month-to-month lease. Notice was given. I asked for anything other than possession.
All right.
The problem came when it was brought out that you didn't have the proper paperwork to recognize my apartment as being an apartment. It was like, it's supposed to be one household as far as the city is concerned.
Okay.
So I'm different. I don't want to stay there anymore, but I was missing some of the things that I needed, like a top in my social security card. Now, and I'm trying to do what I need to do to get out of it.
Okay, so everybody's in agreement that you have to leave. When do you think you can be out?
I'd say for the next 3 weeks. I need time for people to okay it. You know what I'm saying?
So you can be out by the 18th?
Of April.
I knew you were. Yes.
Yeah, that should be the issue.
All right, here's what I'm gonna do because they won't be able to operate any quicker. I will, finding no tribal issue, I'll grant a judgment for possession termination of tenancy with a writ date of the 16th of April 16th. Okay? Do you understand that, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Thank you. Court does call the case of Valley Ranch versus Jamie Rena.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Brianna Kingsley appearing on behalf of the plaintiff.
Afternoon. You got it.
I do not.
Jamie Rena. Who?
Oh, counsel's present.
All right. Mr. Cooper, you're representing her? Okay,
Yeah,
where are
Jamie,
we
yes,
on this
him.
case?
Yes.
Where are we on this case?
I actually just received a consent judgment, which I'm in the process of signing back and returning to my opposing counsel here.
All right, so there's gonna be a consent judgment. What
That
are
is
the
correct.
terms of that consent judgment?
My client is to pay a total of $1,161.15 on or before April 7th. Upon payment, we've agreed that we will file a stipulation to set aside and dismiss this case. And then I'd also, just for the record, and I will provide proof of the same to counsel, my client has made half that payment today.
Okay. So,
So I'll have another, I think, $580.50 something cents on or before the 7th, but the terms of the judgment have the complete amount.
all right. And that's a correct statement of the agreement? Then I will indicate that there is a consent judgment, counsel on both sides. Once I receive it, I'll sign off.
Thank you, Judge.
Writ to issue is indicated. All right, thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Brianna, I'll send that over to you shortly.
Okay.
Have a nice day.
Valley Ranch versus Lauren Victor.
Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff.
Miss Victor?
Hi, hello.
Hello, there she is. Okay. So what do you have as her current balance?
I am showing rent to retain in the amount of $4,480.73. It looks like Miss Victor's payment that she made on the 14th came back as non-sufficient funds.
When I got paid that day, I was under full impression that I was going to get my full check amount. I had received later that afternoon a notice of another wage garnishment. So that left my check to be 1/3 of its normal amount. Since the 17th, I've been driving Uber and started a new job. So today is that first paycheck. And so my plan is to have that returned payment in cash by the end of day Monday.
All right, but the problem is, how much is your monthly rent?
It is
1863.
1863.
All right, so
But the
then
20
counsel, what was the total amount that she owes?
Just the rent to retain is $44.80.73, and then the costs are $169. So the total is $46.49.73.
I'm gonna find no tribal issue in this case. I'm gonna grant a judgment for possession to the plaintiff in that full amount of $4,649.73. You got a check that's coming to pay that, and then I'm locking this figure in because if we start adding April in, we're gonna have a problem. Your normal writ date would be April 7th. You're gonna have to get this paid by April 11th.
11th.
So a writ to issue
Yes.
April 11th.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes, sir.
All right?
Yep.
Okay,
Thank you.
all right.
Thank you, Your
Thank
Honor.
you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of Arbor Woods versus Autumn Cooper. This is a motion for issuance of an order of eviction.
Yes.
Autumn Cooper, Pamela Coleman. All right. The plaintiff's petition. The order is granted. Your motion's granted. And
Thank
I've
you very
signed the
much,
order.
Judge.
Court calls the case of Arbor Woods versus Jennifer Watson.
Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff.
Jennifer Watson.
Yes.
All right, Ms. Watson, plaintiff's motion for an issuance of an order of eviction. In your case, what do you have to say to that, ma'am?
Yes, a lot's been going on since October. I have no issue whatsoever with what I owe. That's not the problem. It's more so me reaching out continuously, calling, emails coming to the office, and nobody responded to me, giving me answers or anything. What happened was I came in to pay my rent October, and I was typically paying partial payment out. So to make a very long story short, it just became a snowball effect. I was out of work, FMLA, due to injury. It just kept piling up. I was trying to contact the office to let them know what's going on, if I could put money down that I was saving towards rent, and nobody would respond to me for months. I left voicemails, I have emails, I have proof where they told me I could make partial payments and it
Ma'am,
changed. So I was kind of out of the loop.
have you paid anything on this judgment from October?
No, because they don't take any partial payments. So I couldn't, every time I was trying to make a payment, the late fees would come in. It just kept becoming a snowball effect, and I couldn't pay anything. So they wouldn't take anything. So I didn't know what to do whatsoever. So I don't know what to do. I've been trying to communicate with
How much is owing on her account?
Balance due as of today's date is $10,829.14.
And ma'am, do you have that?
No, I've been trying to reach out for months. Nobody returns calls. It's been different people,
Well,
management. I just didn't know what to do.
Ma'am, I guess what you're saying, but if you tried to reach out and nobody would take your money, that would mean you'd have the money.
Mm-hmm.
But you don't have the money.
No, because it kept going higher and higher. So they take the full amount. They don't take any partial payment. So what I did have
how
to
much
take.
money do you? Okay. All right. Anything else you want to tell me?
No, just I don't know what to do. I'm just trying to figure out what the next step is. Like I said.
You're gonna have to vacate the premises.
Okay, how much time do I have?
You haven't paid off the judgment. You don't have the current rent. There's not a whole lot I can do.
Yeah, I never received any letters or anything. So I just was reached out to a month ago. So I've been, like I said, I've been trying to contact the office. I came into the office. They told me a lawyer would reach out to me. That never happened. So I'm lost. I don't know what to do. So how much time do I have so I could find somewhere for me and my children? I don't know what else to do. I'm just distraught. I've been like this for a while. I can make sure I'm doing the right thing. And I will pay the money. I know I owe that money. I don't know what to do. Nobody's talking to me. Everybody's avoiding me. Until recently, a month ago.
The motion to issue the writ is granted, and I've signed that. And ma'am, the best thing that I can tell you is that you'll be on borrowed time. However, I've also signed the writ of restitution or the order of eviction. So really, you'll have 72 hours from the time that it's posted.
Okay, so 72 hours
from the time that it gets posted. So if it gets posted Monday, you've got.
It's posted, so I'll make sure.
Oh, you just look at your front door.
Okay. So I can't ask for any extra time to try to find somewhere or something?
You can ask ma'am, you can ask the landlord for extra time, but at the point that I'm at now, this was a judgment from October.
Yes, I understand that.
And you're telling me you have none of the funds. There's nothing I can do. You owe over $10,000, almost 11.
I understand.
Okay. I'm sorry. All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff.
Tina Carico. Same type of hearing. And she is not paid on the judgment. I set this for a writ hearing, but not being here, I will grant the order to issue the eviction in this case, and I've signed the order of eviction.
Thank you, Judge.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I need those other two back that we just did. Court does call the case of Arbor Woods versus Tyrone Miller.
Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff. Judge, actually, we're going to be withdrawing our request for.
Okay. Request withdrawn. Just make sure, these so they're processed out. Court does call the case of Coachville versus Jessica Green.
Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff.
Jessica,
Here,
hello, where are you?
right here.
Okay. And how much does plaintiff claim is owing at this point?
Rent to retain $1,477.45. Court costs $212 for a total of $1,689.45.
All right. And ma'am, you had a meeting with Hawk?
Yes, we had a meeting with them on Wednesday. We're just doing the exchanging of information.
I'm sorry?
We're doing the exchange of information.
Okay, so you're still working with Hawk? All right. How much is your monthly rent?
Between 583 and 600.
Down to the end of the month on this, and I don't necessarily want to kick April in. So I'm going to find that there's no tribal issue. I'm going to issue a judgment for possession. All right, for their total amount of $1,689.45. Okay. Since you've met with Hawk, what I will do is I will extend the writ date, potentially over the objection of plaintiff, but I'll extend the writ date to April 14th. So I'll give an additional week's time for all of the information to get back and forth and to get that paid. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you.
Judge.
Road Crossing versus Kelsey Perry.
Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff.
And
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Perry. Okay, there she is. All right. Hello, Miss Perry. Okay.
Hello, how are you?
What? I don't know yet, but I think I'm okay. All right,
That's
counsel,
good.
how much is owing?
Judge, hold on one second. Sorry. $1,915.02 with court costs of $246 for a total of $2,161.02.
$2,161.02. All right. Did you pay the $1,000?
I did. Nobody was in the office when I went up there, so I put it in the Dropbox.
When did you do that?
Earlier this morning.
Okay, so you got it paid today.
Yes.
All right. So $1,100, $1,200.
My husband and I both get paid on the 11th. I don't know exactly what time the checks will be in, but I could have that in by the 12th.
Okay, let's do this then. And then you're gonna have to try to work on your April rent, right?
Right.
Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna find by no tribal issue, I'm gonna grant a judgment for possession in that total amount of $2,161.02. They'll give you credit for the $1,000 that you've already paid. So then you have to get that balance, basically the $1,200 or $1,161.02. You have to get that paid, and you said you get a check on the 11th?
Yes.
Okay. And so what I'll do is I'll make the writ date the 14th. Okay, you'll have till the 14th to get that part paid. None of this includes your April rent. So you're
Right.
gonna have to work your April done, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good weekend.
You too.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. Sile Farms versus Alan Simons.
Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff.
Alan Simons, not checked in. What are we here for? Order grant, this is your motion for
Yes,
entry and demolition of the home on site.
yes.
Simons? Hearing no response. Your order is granted. I've signed off on it.
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
We swear in Timothy.
Yes, you may.
Timothy, you're in front of the Honorable Judge Cedric Simpson of the 14th District Court, Washington County, State of Michigan. Our number today is 1423.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, sir. We need your assistance with 2 matters. Can you please raise your right hand to be sworn? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that you'll interpret accurately, completely, and impartially, using your best skill and judgment, and to translate from English into Spanish and from Spanish into English in the manner now before the courts to help you that?
Yes, I affirm.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, Mr. Interpreter.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Court does call the case. Spice.
And Kingsley for the plaintiff.
Go ahead, Mr. Interpreter.
I'm sorry, what was that, Your Honor?
It was Spice Tree Apartments versus Pablo Hernandez.
Así tenemos a Spice Tree Apartments contra Pablo Hernández.
All right. Your name, sir?
Yeah,
¿Su nombre, señor?
Pablo Perez.
Pablo Pérez.
All right. This is the case for health and safety.
Este caso para casa y seguridad.
Counsel?
Yes, Your Honor. It's based on failure to properly prepare the unit for pest control services, which has resulted in the spreading of pests in the building.
All right.
Sí. Lugar que causó que vaya a afectar la especialidad.
Sí,
Yes.
Did you prepare your unit for pest control services?
¿Usted preparó su unidad para servicio de control de plagas?
sí, es la primera vez que fallé en ese último vez que pasó el apartamento.
I'm sorry, it's difficult to hear. I'm going to ask him to repeat.
Okay. Speak up.
¿Sí puede hablar más duro, señor? ¿Sí me puede repetir, por favor?
Esa fecha que mandaron la carta ahí del apartamento, no me fijé la fecha, por eso no estuve en esa fecha que vacié las cajas, ahí las cosas ahí del apartamento que mandaron en la carta del apartamento y por eso que fue mi primer error ahí, que quiero saber qué motivo puedo hacer ahora.
I'm just going to confirm, Your Honor. Para confirmar, digo que recibió la carta, pero no tenía la fecha y quería saber qué puede hacer. So I received the letter, but it didn't have the date on it, which is the first error. And I was wondering what I can do in that case.
All right. Are the plaintiffs still in a position that they would allow him to prepare for extermination services?
I can confirm with my client to see.
All right. Go ahead, Mr. Interpreter.
Sí, el defensor, el acusador está en defensa que va a poder permitir que revisar con mis clientes para ver.
Repetir, por favor.
Perdón, ¿cómo?
¿Puede repetir?
What did he say, Mr. Interpreter? The interpreter did?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. Just gonna be that kind. Gonna be that kind of day. I lost my interpreter. Okay. Sir, have a seat. I'll call you back up in a moment. Okay. Another interpreter, and I got another. That's your last one. So as soon as we get an interpreter, I'll break into what I'm doing and get you out of here.
All right, thank you very much, Judge.
Okay. Thanks. I'm gonna pass that other matter. Is that the only case they have?
Yes, it is.
Is that Levine?
Yes.
Is that
Ms. Lacy.
Ms. Lacy? That's okay. She looks comfortable. She'll wait. All right. Court calls case. Cherry Pie Rentals versus Mark Board. You have an interpreter. Never mind. No, have a seat. Just, we have an interpreter. Go ahead.
Marty, you're in front of the Honorable Judge Cedric Simpson out of the 14A District Court, Washington County, State of Michigan. We need your assistance with two matters this morning. Can you please unmute, turn on your camera, and raise your right hand to be sworn?
Not hear you very well. It's breaking up a lot.
Our number today is 1423.
One moment, please. One moment, please.
She's breaking up.
I cannot hear you very well because it's breaking up, Your Honor.
All right. We will try to get another interpreter. Thank you.
I apologize. I apologize,
All
sir.
right.
Thank you. What's
Thank
going
you.
on with this?
Have a seat.
You're welcome.
Where'd Fink go? Really? Really? Where'd he go? He's like chasing a chipmunk. Where?
Let me find you.
Yeah, what's another interpreter? Okay. All right.
Thank you. Hello. Cedric Simpson out of the 14A District Court, Washington County, State of Michigan. Our number. Can you hear us?
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Our
Okay.
number for service today is 1423.
Okay.
And we do need your assistance for two cases today. If you could please turn on your camera and raise your right hand.
Yes, ma'am. I'm just waiting for everything to finish loading on my end. I'm sorry. It's taking a little while.
Not a problem. Let us know when you're ready, please.
Okay. Okay, it seems like everything is going through now. Just if you could let me know if you could see me.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Perfect. Go ahead. Yes.
Do you solemnly swear to interpret accurately, completely, and impartially using your best skill and judgment and to help you God?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, Heidi.
Hello, good afternoon.
All right. We're back on the record in the case of Spice Tree Apartments versus Pablo Hernandez.
Entonces, estamos aquí entonces para continuar el caso.
Brianna Kingsley for the plaintiff again, Your Honor.
Madam Interpreter, she said Brianna Kingsley on behalf of the plaintiff.
Okay, I'm sorry. I wasn't sure who I was interpreting for. Okay, sí, entonces yo soy Brianna Kingsley y aquí estoy en...
Can you state your name again, sir?
¿Me puede decir otra vez su nombre completo, por favor, señor?
Llamo Pablo Pérez Hernández.
What I will do is I will adjourn this to the 18th with the order that the defendant is to cooperate, properly prepare his unit for extermination services before that date.
Entonces lo que yo voy a hacer es que yo voy a aplazar esto hasta el 18 y esto es para que el defendiente o el de acusado pudiera realizar esos servicios de exterminación para la propiedad en esa fecha.
And that is April 18th at 2 p.m.
Y esto es para abril 18 a las 2 p.m.
Okay.
And Your
Thank
Honor,
you.
Gracias.
Your Honor, is it sufficient if my client just posts a 24-hour notice then?
You can translate that, Madam Interpreter.
Y entonces sí sería de 24 horas.
Yes. Plaintiff may post 24-hour notice to the defendant.
Entonces sí, el demandante sí podría poner un aviso de 24 horas para el acusado.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Judge.
All right, we have one more. Madam Interpreter, Ms. Kingsley, have a great weekend.
Thank you. You as well, Judge. It was nice to see you.
Good seeing you. Okay, Arbor Meadows versus Milton Reyes.
Hola.
Hello.
Go ahead, Madam Interpreter.
Hola, buenas tardes. Yo voy a ser su intérprete.
Okay.
Y esto
muchas
sería
gracias.
Arbor Meadows contra Milton Reyes.
Okay.
9685 for Arbor Meadows.
That's Gabriel Lacey on behalf of Arbor Meadows.
Y esto es Gabriel AC contra Arbor Meadows.
How much is plaintiff claiming is owed?
At this time, the rent.
Go ahead, Madam Interpreter.
¿Y cuánto es lo que dice el demandante que es la cantidad que se debe?
Debo $3,270.
$3,270.
Is that correct, Ms. Lacey?
At this time, the rent to retain possessions is $2,108.40 for a cost of $175, $283.40.
Entonces, la cantidad que tenemos aquí como saldo que se debe es de $2,108.40 para poder tener de nuevo acceso a pertenencias, con un saldo que se debe también de alquiler de 175, sería un monto total de $2,283.40.
Sí. Yo recibí el cheque hoy de mi trabajo porque yo trabajé 3 meses para una compañía y no me pagaron. Estoy peleando en una corte por ese dinero, pero yo conseguí un nuevo trabajo y de este trabajo yo recibí $1,500 de pago, lo cual pienso darlos. Pero hoy me dieron el cheque, pero el dinero está hábil el día lunes después de las 2 de la tarde.
Check from my job today. I was actually working with another company for 3 months, but they wouldn't pay me. This is actually something that I'm currently fighting in court right now. But this new job paid me today. I received a check for $1,500. I plan to give this money, but the check will not be available for me to use until Monday after 2 p.m.
Y si puedo pagar el resto del dinero en 2 semanas que recibe el otro pago, pago el resto del dinero.
And if I'm able to pay the remainder in 2 weeks, when I get another paycheck, I'll pay the rest.
I will find no tribal issue. I will issue a judgment to the plaintiff for possession for a total amount of $2,283.43. Go ahead, Madam.
Ok, entonces yo no veo ningún tipo de problema con esta hecha, ninguna tribulación con esto. Lo que voy a hacer entonces es que yo sí voy a otorgar entonces una sentencia para el demandante, para posesión de la propiedad, para el monto de $2,283.43.
Defendant would have to pay that by April 14th, 2025.
Y el acusado tendría que pagar este monto para abril 14 del 2025.
Ok, me parece muy bien. Ese día yo puedo pagar todo también. Ya tengo todo pagado.
Yes, that's fine. By that day, I will be able to get that paid off.
Si Dios lo permite.
If God permits.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you.
Gracias.
Thank you, Heidi. Wonderful job. Do appreciate it.
Goodbye.
You're leaving?
I am.
Bye. No, take care, Miss Lucy. You too. Court does call the case of Gulfside Lakes versus Patrice Haywood.
Your Honor, Jill Bauer, I have not entered an appearance, but I have been advising Ms. Haywood, and I did connect her with a rental assistance program. It's going to pay her balance of phone. It's far as I know.
Come on up, Miss
Will
Haywood.
you accept Ms. Bauer's oral appearance as long as she follows it up in writing?
Do I need to enter an actual appearance?
I don't know why you guys don't
Okay.
enter appearances. You always say that you're advising these people, but that's what attorneys do.
I just don't want to get ghosted later or something.
Yeah, I know, I hear you. How are you? All right, so somebody's gonna pay this whole, is that what's happening?
Yes, Your Honor. Ms. Haywood has submitted all the information asked of her. We're just waiting on the landlord to provide some information. And then I believe that they're going to cover her current balance plus April.
Plus April.
Yes.
Do you have any knowledge of that, Mr. Finker?
I got a request from Ms. Bauer yesterday evening and I forwarded it. I don't know whether the funds are coming if you adjourn it for a week or two. My only concern when I didn't know that she was going to have someone pay is that she would then have April judgment.
Right.
It
But-
sounds like Ms. Bauer has a plan. And
All right, for doing
I
that.
like Ms. Haywood, so you adjourn it. I want to understand.
He doesn't like to be.
It wasn't.
No, I like Miss Haywood too. What? All because we care. All right, hey, Miss Haywood.
I'd be happy to hear that Ms. Haywood is going to get.
Miss Haywood, I knew was gonna get it all taken care of. How you doing, Miss Haywood? All right. I'll adjourn this to April 11th, 2025, 1 p.m. All right, Miss Haywood, you have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Thank you. Gulfside Lakes versus Emmett Red Wine. Yeah, and here we go.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Red Wine. How are you?
How you doing, Your Honor?
I'm doing okay. Okay,
Hey,
how much is it?
I was at your courtroom today.
Yes, sir.
I said I was there.
Cost is 2463.55.
2463.55. All right, Mr. Edwine, when are you gonna get that paid?
I paid $1,000 today.
Okay, when you gonna have the rest of it?
Okay, I'll have it. I can have it paid in 2 weeks for sure.
Okay, so here's what. Okay, listen.
Can I say something before you make your final
I can't
decision?
stop you from ever saying anything. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, because I never say this, but like man, I don't drive. So I catch a lift every day. I catch a lift to work. I catch a lift home. You know what I'm saying? Like I caught a lift 4 times a day. Caught it to work, caught it home, caught it to your courthouse, then caught it back home. So I spent like $90 just catching a lift. So and if we can go a extra week out, so because I still had other bills, I had to pay my DTE bill, had to get some groceries, I had to wash. So I would have had more pay, but I had to pay everything else. I'm like, oh man, yeah, that.
You done?
Go ahead, y'all.
No, I was gonna let you get your whole story out.
No,
You done?
what I'm saying, if it's possible to go like like I said, I can have it paid for sure. I can have it paid 2 weeks tops for sure. But
2 weeks. Okay. Okay. Here's what I'm gonna do.
No, you ain't finished.
You.
No, I want to say the last thing. I want to say the last thing. But if I can get like an extra week out, that way I can take care of some things and have a couple dollars in my pocket because I have to get back and forth to work every day. If I don't go to work, I can't do nothing. $30 a day back and forth to work. I have to go to work, or I'm definitely in trouble.
That's the third time you told me that.
Yeah, the same story. I ain't lying.
Okay, and I understood it the first time.
I'm sorry.
No, you're not.
I apologize.
I mean, Mr. Red Wine, here's
Yes,
what
sir.
I'm going to do. We did this the last time with you, okay?
Okay.
So I'm going to find no tribal issue. I'm going to give them a judgment for the 2463.55, okay? Because we're at the end of the month. That way, I'm not going to include April in.
No.
And
But
then-
see, no, Your Honor. No. I paid $1,000 already on that.
I know, but they don't have it on their account.
Okay.
They'll give you credit for the 1,000.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Yes.
And then So that'll give you your 2 weeks out plus that weekend to get it into the landlord.
For sure.
Okay?
Okay. And what's the total?
All
is
right, so
that?
they're gonna issue a judge. I'm gonna sign the judgment. You just gotta get everything paid by the 14th.
I have it done, Your Honor. But now can you give me that price?
Okay.
It was 24.
I'm gonna
what?
miss you. Bye. What?
Bye. Bye.
You're steady talking to me. Goodbye, Mr. Redwine. You have
See
a
you
great
later. Take care.
weekend.
You as well, sir.
We're gonna get on another story, and then no telling when that would end. Was court does call the case. Gulfside Lakes versus Erica Hall. Erica, how you doing?
I'm okay. How are you?
Okay, got the name right. Told you, you can teach an old dog new tricks. All right.
1776-68.
1776-68. Okay. Ms. Hall, how are you gonna get that paid?
If I could just get 2 weeks, I can clear it up.
You can clear it up? Okay, I'm gonna do the same thing I just did with red wine. And that is, I'm gonna find a I'm gonna issue a judgment for possession, finding no tribal issue. Okay?
Okay.
For that total amount of the 1776.68. And I'm gonna give you till the 14th to get it paid.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay? Will that work for you?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm signing off on that judgment. You take care of yourself.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna say you don't have to.
Okay.
All right. Take care. Gulfside Lakes versus Justin Willis. And yes, Karina Combs. Okay.
James Baker, the planner.
And you, who's in my screen here?
That's
Justin
me.
and,
Justin, my wife Karina, sir.
okay. All right. How much is owed?
3789.28.
3789.28. All right. So you guys you did a state emergency relief, Hawk, and St. Vincent de Paul, right?
Yeah, the SCR was approved and the Hawk gave us an appointment date for April 9th.
Okay, so how much did you get on your state emergency relief?
$740 from the SCR with a co-payment of $27.85.28.
Okay. So here's going to be our problem. Our problem's going to be, when's your appointment with Hawk?
April 9th at 10 a.m., sir.
Okay. How much is your monthly rent?
$1,559. I'll have April paid. It's just the rears, you know.
The back balance.
Yes, sir.
Right. I gotcha. Okay. So here's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to do the same thing I did with the other parties. I'm going to find no tribal issue. I'm going to issue a judgment for possession. Okay.
Okay.
And when were you going to, hold on, when were you going to pay April?
The 7th would be the first day. I just got a new job, so
gotcha.
I'm aware of
Okay,
that, everything.
Okay, I'm going to do it this way. I'm going to issue a judgment for the 3789.28.
Okay.
What that will do is that'll lock that figure in. Okay. You'll have your April rent.
Yes.
But then when you're dealing with Hawk and with SER and St. Vincent de Paul,
right,
this is the number that you'll be working off of.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And so we'll do that way. And an order of eviction will not issue till the 14th of April.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Okay. That way you can see if we can get this all wrapped up for you
Yes.
guys. Okay.
Yeah, perfect. Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Combs, anything you want to say?
No.
He was just hogging all the time.
I know.
All right.
I usually do.
Okay. All right. Well, all right. Very good. I just wanted to make sure you can get your airtime too. All right.
you.
You guys take care. Have a great weekend.
Yes,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you.
Court calls the case of Cherry Pie Rentals versus Mark Board. Mark Board or Board A? Not checked in. And
Your
this,
Honor, this was a termination of tenancy on a month-to-month tenancy with a 1 month plus notice to quit. The default was entered on 2/28. The defendant filed his motion, but he did not give any reason.
I see that.
He did not advise on 1 month. So that, didn't give a reason for not appearing or a reason why the judgment should be set aside. We asked that he deny the motion, and I think the writ's already been issued.
Now,
Thank you.
today is what, 3/28? And just so we'll do that, I signed the writ. I don't know what his monthly rent was, but escrow was posted in the amount of $360. So yes, escrow to be released to plaintiff. And the motion is denied. Yes. Court does call the case of Evergreen Apartments versus Idris Williams and Mohammed Kodalawasi. They were usually here. Pardon?
Yep.
Okay, I
one
need
sec.
you.
Give me
I need
one
you to
second.
be
I'm
here.
turning my camera on. Oh, there we go. Hello.
Okay.
There we go.
Where are we on his case?
Balance is 24/21/12. I've got a note that he says he can pay, I think it was 1,200 on Tuesday.
So-
their monthly rent's about 1,200.
Yep. So what the conversation was between myself and Sydney, that is the property manager. She knows that I get assistance. I'm getting help from my grandma. I told you about this the whole time, the first time.
Yeah.
So she's trying to get it to me before on that Tuesday, but she said the latest it will get there is the Thursday is the 3rd. So that Friday for the what is it called, my tax return. But I also told you that I applied for the SER. You told me that I had to send a different paper because I sent the wrong paper. I sent it in. I'm waiting for the response in the mail. I went and checked my mail before I came to football. I'm at practice right now. So it's just, I got I paid the $1,000 last week, well, earlier this week, I believe. I don't know. All the days are blurring together at this point. So I paid $1,000 to Evergreen, and then, yep, that's pretty much all I got.
All right.
So it's that, and then just waiting for the tax return because that's gonna be huge, and then SER.
All right.
Yep.
Young man, you're in school, right?
Yes, sir. Graduate April 27th, 2 days after my birthday.
No, I'm kidding. I'm messing with you. Don't know. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
No,
I'm kidding.
Look, I'm the same way. I'm over here working, doing football for free, and doing my job so I can get as many internship hours. And there's people signing off my name to get a job. So I'm just hoping that somebody will take a chance on me and give me the opportunity to stay and do what I love to do.
Well, I'll tell you, the way you conducted yourself during these hearings, I'm sure somebody is going to take a chance on you, and it'd be a well-earned chance that they'd be giving you, because something about you, I don't know what it is. Probably because you can pronounce your roommate's name, but that's all right. All right.
Unfortunately, we both have the same exact name, just in different ways. It's my little brother.
Gotcha. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to issue a judgment to the plaintiff. I'm going to do basically the same thing I've been doing all day. You paid the $1,000.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to enter that judgment for 24/21/12. Now, you said you're going to have 1,200 around the first or that first week.
Yes, sir. So next week.
And then that's going to bring what you owe on this judgment down to about 1,200 or 1,300. When are you going to have that?
So it's literally just so we put my tax return in. My mom, she got my ID and everything like that. She said she inputted it in for me. I got the email saying that it was inputted. So now I'm just waiting for the money to actually hit my account so I can pay it. I don't have an exact date. I hope it's done before I graduate because I'm trying to get all this from overhead. So yeah, that's just the situation of it. It's and then like I said, I applied for that SER. They
How much is your monthly rent, young man?
around $1,250 to $1,300. It depends on the utilities.
I'm gonna extend yours out a little bit more as a graduation present to the 18th.
Thank you, sir.
Oh, well, you're waiting on a tech. Mr. Fink, overplaying this objection. I'm gonna have a writ date of April 25th.
Sorry, I thought I heard you say the 25th.
I
I definitely heard you say overplaying this objection.
Yes, overplaying this objection.
Wasn't courtesy until we got to the 25th.
Yeah, I know. I understand that. But well, I'm gonna give you to the 25th. You graduated on the 27th.
And that's
you said that's your birthday too?
April 25th is my birthday.
The 25th is your birthday?
Yes, sir. 2 days before I graduate. That's my last final that day.
All right. Well, okay. I'll give you to that to get this paid. This doesn't include your April rent. But that way, at least you'll be in good shape, okay?
Yeah, 100%. So, question for you then, just so I fully understand the situation, so I fully understand how I go about this. When I go with the $1,200 that I'm gonna have next week, when I pay that goes, is that because I got to go to the Speedway? That's where they do the mobile payment situation for I can't pay online. When I pay that, that's gonna go straight to my amount that I owe currently. That's being put on judgment, correct?
Yes.
All right.
All right. That'll be put on there as long as you get this amount, the 2412. As long as you get that all paid, then you'll be in good shape. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right.
All right. And then
thank you, young man. Congratulations on graduation and happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Do I show up again to you guys at the moment? Do I have?
No, I don't want to see you again.
Thank you.
I didn't mean that like that.
No, I appreciate
it. You're all set, sir.
Thank you, sir. You have a great rest of your weekend, and hopefully I can see you.
All right. Evergreen Apartments versus Lavina Kendricks Haynes.
Jay speaks for the plaintiff. He has a hawk appointment on the first. If you say he could confirm that.
For permission.
Okay, so she have permission to tell the judge?
Yes.
All right.
She has an appointment on the first.
So let me put this out to, hello, your name?
Lavinia Kendricks Haynes.
All right. I didn't want you not saying your name. You are always here. I'll adjourn this out then to April 11th, 2025 at
1 p.m.
At 1 p.m. All right. So I'll put it on the 11th. We'll hopefully be able to see as soon as you guys get finished talking. Are you
I knew her late husband.
Okay. Ma'am, I'm put your case over to April 11th,
Thank you, Judge.
2025 at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. You have a great weekend.
Thank you. You should thank Judge.
Court calls case of Evergreen Apartments versus Matthew Chavez.
James, thank you for the plaintiff.
Mr. Chavez.
It's in Zoom. Chavez. I'm sorry, he's got one. Oh, okay.
Where's my video? Okay, can you see me?
Yep, we can see you. We can see you and hear you. All right.
Spectacular.
He was going to get an attorney, but how much? All right, same amount as last time. So, Mr. Chavez, did you talk to an attorney on this case?
I was able to talk to him. Basically, I don't owe this money. I don't understand why they won't take my ESA, but they have to because it's the law. So, like, they're charging me every pet rent every month. It's stacking up, and I have a letter from my doctor.
Have you submitted the documentation to the landlord?
I have.
Do you have anything that is within the past half decade?
Within the past half decade?
Like, do you have anything from
Yeah, no,
last year?
I submit. Yes, I submitted the letter from my doctor last year. Yeah, October of last year.
Was what date? What was the date of the doctor?
But if you give me 10 minutes, I can find out.
10
Matt,
minutes?
October 13th,
Oh,
and
wait.
the date of the letter was August 29th.
This is my Evelyn housing worker.
Hi, Judge.
That's your Avalon housing worker?
Yes,
Okay,
yeah.
so
Judge, he moved in May of 2024 with a lease that says no pets and also says that they will, actually, McKinley allows pets as long as you register and pay for them. And there's a provision for reasonable accommodation for ESAs. This court knows it happens all the time.
correct.
And there's nothing current. And my client would be happy to work with him and maybe even adjust it.
I have the
All right,
email
Mr.
that I
Chavez,
sent.
Mr.
in
Chavez,
October. Yes, Your Honor.
when was the last time you talked to your landlord about the information, your ESA information?
I talk to them. I bring this up, and they
Okay,
they
but
come
do
up
you
with
have,
excuses why
okay,
they have to keep paying.
Mr.
They have to
Chavez,
keep paying.
when,
Yes,
when's the last time you submitted documentation?
October.
And you, October 2024. Do you
Yes.
have that?
I don't have it.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do, folks.
We do a settlement conference.
Yes, that's what I'm gonna do. Is it April 8th? I'm gonna set a final settlement conference, April 8th, 2025, 9 a.m. That's in
Okay.
person, no, in person,
in
no
person.
Zoom. So you'll have to come down to the court. I want you to bring
At 9
every
a.m.
piece of every piece of documentation you have regarding your animal.
You got it.
I can bring that for him, Your
Thank you, Your
Honor.
Okay, I don't care who brings it, I just need it.
Okay, thank you.
I didn't figure.
I'll do the same. I don't know why she's laughing. She's laughing because I'm having a hard time. That's you. No, don't look at the
Here, here's what I'm
you
gonna.
know who I'm pointing at. All right. Glencoe Hills versus Angela Stoker.
James, thank you for the pleasure.
Hello.
Ms. Stoker, hello. All right, how much is owing?
7/20/37, and it says she's got a hot appointment on the 3rd.
Okay. And what's your monthly rent, Ms. Stoker?
I have Section 8.
So, okay.
I just pay the utility portions, but that varies as well, depending on
I got you.
and stuff. You know.
Okay, so, and you having a hawk appointment on what date?
On the 2nd, it's either the 2nd or the 3rd. It's in my calendar.
Okay, got to April 11th, 2025 at 1 p.m. Okay?
Okay.
And we'll see where we are. Okay, Ms. Stoker, you have a great weekend.
Thank you.
Court calls case of Glencoe Hills versus Isaiah Little.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing? I'm doing all right. All right, Mr. Little, how much is owing?
I think it's like 26 something. I can't really remember.
Mr. Fink, how much does he owe?
26/61/20.
26/61/20. All right. Mr. Little, how are you gonna get that paid?
I was supposed to go through Hawk, but they want me to pay. They want to make sure that it doesn't go over $3,000 or something like that. So I'm gonna pay April's rent on Sunday, which is like $1,200 paid by them. I had talked to my property manager.
Hold on, Mr. Little. Do you mind if somebody tells me when your Hawk appointment is?
I don't have a Hawk appointment yet. I have to pay it so it doesn't go. So it doesn't go over 3,000.
No.
Applied, but it says he applied.
You applied. You don't have an appointment yet.
They want to make sure that it doesn't go over $3,000. So
It's not over 3,000, but it will if we go to April.
Right. The April is in 2 days, right? That's what I'm saying. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to say. I'm sure they want me. I talked to my property manager about it. They want me to pay April's rent so it doesn't go over 3,000. Then I have to talk to Hawk to try to get the 2,600 paid. If not, I'd already talked to my property manager that I was still gonna pay May's rent and try to get on me and her was talking about trying to get on a payment plan to try to pay the rest.
Here's what I'm gonna do. What do you? No. All right. Mr. Little?
Yeah.
Okay. You need to talk to the people at Hawk again. Okay? But here's what I'm gonna do, because
Right. That's what I'm saying. The people at Hawk, it's already the thing just so that it doesn't go over $3,000. That's what I'm trying to tell you. I thought I talked to the property manager. They want me to make sure that I paid the rent on Sunday, which I told them I am, the $1,200, so that it stays at $2,661, so I can still get help.
Okay, you done?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't see how hard it is to explain. Like, I'm trying to explain it the easiest as possible. Y'all making it sound like I'm talking Chinese.
You're just doing the math a different way than I am. Okay? That's it. That's the only difference in what we're saying. I work from a different angle than you're working from. So here's what I'm gonna do, Mr. Little. They don't want it to go over the 3,000. I get that. So I'm gonna find no tribal issue. I'm gonna grant a judgment for possession to the plaintiff in that total amount of the 2,661.20. You get that amount paid, then you can stay in your apartment. If you get with Hawk, that amount is frozen. You pay the other amount, which will be your April rent, and you'll be good. Got it?
Yeah, that was the plan, to pay April's rent and then get assistance from Hawk.
What's the date you're on?
Okay, and so you don't have an appointment yet with Hawk, though, right?
No, I was gonna call them Monday and set
I'm gonna make your writ date the 14th, April 14th. So you got to get this paid by the 14th. So you need to call them. When you call them, let them know that the judge gave you to the 14th to get it paid.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Little. Little, you have a great one.
You too, bro.
Yeah, hold on, Mr. Little.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Little.
Yeah.
Call. Don't wait till Monday. Call now.
Okay, call them now.
Call them now.
Okay.
Okay. You have that number with you?
Yeah, I do.
All right. Call them today.
All right.
Right now.
I'll call them right now.
All right. Thank you,
All right.
sir.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye. Hamilton Crossing versus Jessica Jackson.